Good evening, everyone, and welcome to VSL Tier 2, where you join us around the Principality, the streets of Monaco, for round 10 here in VSL. And we are joined a little bit late, about 6 minutes into qualifying now. And as you can see, Haslager is on pole at the moment. And Y Racer P2. But there are still many laps to be completed. So we'll see how this qualifying session develops. We are on board with Acorn, who I think just completed his lap. We'll go on board with the McLaren of, this is a new name, Judy Show. I'll call him Judy Show. And he goes P3 with a 12.2. About 9 tenths off pole, so not a bad opening lap for the McLaren. We have a few new drivers since I last commentated. I've been unable to do the last few, unfortunately, but hopefully we are back for the foreseeable future and we can enjoy the run towards the end of the season. We're on board with another new driver, to me at least, Excite in the Ferrari, partnering Haslager. We have a name we all recognise, Jordan, in the AlphaTauri. He is a main name in the VSL Tier 2 scene. I'm just going to try and find the championship standings to jog the old memory. So here we go. Gareth, in fact, is still our championship leader by 1 point over this man here, Jordan. And then it's Hotspeed in P3 and Haslager P4 and Y Racer around that top 5. It really looks like developing into a 5-car battle for the championship. Those 5 separated by 30 points. With Gareth on 156 in first and Y Racer on 126 in fifth. And then on the constructors side of things, Mercedes with a 34-point lead, so quite comfortable out front for them. Ryan and Gareth getting the job done so far, and we'll go on board with Gareth in the Mercedes. He on and out lap at the minute. We'll soon see a lap from him as Hotspeed peels up into the pit lane. So stick on board with Gareth, see what he can do first time round here. But I expect to see a somewhat of a special lap from our reigning champion, and looks to be one of the favourites to be this season's champion as well. And now on board with Gareth coming up the hill through the casino section. Get close to the walls as you dare. Very close to that right-hander there now. Avoid the bump in the road down towards this awkward hairpin style corner where we saw Rosberg go off and park it to claim pole in 2016. And now the Lowe's hairpin special steering rack implemented to the cars just for this round for that one corner. And now close to the wall coming through the tunnel. It's been a decent lap so far. I didn't see if it was purple in the first, but it can't be far off if it isn't. And now down towards the first of 3 chicanes here. Navigates that one nicely, not taking too much curve to invalidate. Misses apex. And now through the swimming pool. Really aggressive there. That was not the optimal line. Really fast in, not fast out though. And through the final corner, it's going to be a run to the line for Gareth. I don't think it's going to be pole, but it should be top 5. It's P3, puts himself onto the second row of the grid. About half a second behind Haslager, our current pole sitter. Newgarden is now on the lap as well. We'll see what he can do coming through the first sector. Is he up? He is by 600ths. So we'll see how much more he can gain through this middle sector. Through the hairpin, all the steering lock. He hasn't got much ERS, so that's going to hamper him on this lap, especially down here. This is pretty much the only place where ERS matters, is the tunnel. No DRS through it though, I assume because of this kink here. But yeah, it is the longest straight. I imagine it might just be a little bit longer than the main straight. Looking quite neat and tidy, but the 10th down. I'm going to guess that's because of the ERS though. And I think he's backed off, has he? No, still going for it. And he's going to pay off to the pits now. He did back off. Tony not on a competitive lap. Jordan 13.9. But he has done a 12.7 on mediums. That's not too bad for him. Acorn half a second up in the first sector. So Acorn seems to be on a decent lap right now in the Alfa Romeo. Let's see how this lap develops for him. Looks pretty clean. A purple middle sector to game saying anyway. Missing his apexes though a little bit. That's not going to be optimal for lap time. And now the run to the line, it's not going to challenge pole, but it could improve his position to the top 5 maybe. P6, less than a 10th off the top 5 though. Is anybody else on the lap? Jordan, 2 tenths down. Has hot speed started another lap? Nope. Julie Show coming through the tunnel down towards the Nerville chicane. Very nice, very committed from the McLaren. Missing an apex just a little bit. 8 tenths up though. This could be a pole challenging lap so far. Oh, very, very aggressive over the swimming pool chicane. Now through Raskas. And the final corner, oh, very close to the wall. This has been a good lap. I think this could be our new provisional pole lap time. It is an 11.295, just over half a tenth clear of Haslager. And that is Jules Show up into provisional pole. Is Tony on the lap? I don't know. Risky is joined, so that's another driver to add to the grid. Excite is nearly a 10th up, so let's see how the other Ferrari's getting on. Can he get somewhere near his teammate? Through Raskas for the final corner. Very nice. Oh no! Carried a lot of apex speed and the rear tyres just weren't having it. It looked good though up until that point, so definitely positives to be taken from Excite there. Can we find anyone else? Most people in the pits waiting for the final runs now. Here comes Hot Speed up to the line. It's an 11.4 from Hot Speed, so just over a 10th off pole. So we do have a good fight for pole here. 3 drivers, just over a 10th separating them all. And now people start to come out for what could be their final run, although they might be able to do a lap in pit and come back out. We will wait and see. Garden just navigating his way around his teammate Y Racer. He was actually on the lap. He was 3 tenths up, but unfortunately for him, invalidated, so he'll pit. And who is that in front of him? It is a Ferrari. Is it Haslager? It is. Haslager. This is probably the man to watch right now. He'll be wanting to claim his pole position back from Julisho. Coming through the casino section now, very, very close to the wall, very committed from the Ferrari. Is he up? He is. He's 900 up. That's all he needs. If he can just match his last lap, then it'll be a pole position. But he's deep at the hairpin. Definitely not ideal. How are these? Double right. Very good through there. And now exit through the tunnel. The engine, the V6 roaring. Now down towards the chicane. Very committed, not invalidated as well. That is very nice there from Haslager. That's going to surely be more time gained. It is 3.5 tenths up. What a lap so far from Haslager. Can he finish it off? Wow. This has looked good from the Ferrari man. Out of the final corner, surely this could be a 1:10. It is. It's a 10.6. That surely cements Haslager's position on pole. What a lap. That was crazy. And here we have another new man as well. Hi, do not even know how to go about saying that. What sub is? I'll call him sub is in the house. And now coming through the final corner for him. Where can this be? Will it be top 5 maybe? Just outside it, I think. Whoa! Whoa! That was wow. That was close to a huge collision there. Now Ryan out on track. The other Mercedes helping in his constructors battle. We have Risky on lap as well. 19.4 in the first sector. He's not burning the RS, so I'm going to imagine he's not pushing. Do we have any potential front runners on laps? Newgarden, no, he's not on a lap. So we are just waiting now, really, for people to get around and start their laps. We have, is that Risky? No, it is a Red Bull. The Y Racer starting a lap. Let's go on board with Y Racer as he comes to start his final flying lap. Through the casino. It looks good, but maybe not as good as Haslager. I'm going to expect he's going to be up on his time. He's nearly 3/10 up, so a good first sector there from Y Racer. It is staying purple, so potentially this could be a pole challenging lap from the Red Bull man if he can keep this up. But let's see, the double right through Portier. Don't want to end up like Pascal Wehrlein. Now down towards the Nouvelle chicane. Goes a bit deep into neutral. That's probably not the gearing you want. Through to back. 7.5 tenths up. This is looking good for potential P2 here. I don't think it's going to challenge Haslager on pole, but that was very committed there. I think this is going to be a P2 lap time from Y Racer if he can nail the rest of it. It's looking good. Could he get into the 1 minute 10s now as well? Just misses out on a 1 minute 10, but it is a front row provisionally for Y Racer, and Julisho is very wide there. He's 3.5 minutes down, so I think that is his qualifying done. What about this man though? Our champion, our reigning champion. He is just starting his lap actually. Ryan's went up to P6. I missed that. Tony just starting his final lap, and here comes Newgarden. It's not going to be the best lap for him. It's not going to be a 11. It's going to be a 12.414. So he'll be starting P9 at best. Here comes Jordan on a set of softs. We see him on the mediums. What can you do on the softs? It's an 11.1. It's P3 so far for Jordan. Here is Julisho. He's 2 tenths down, but he has invalidated. So that's his qualifying over with. What about hot speed in the Haas? Looking good. 4th gear, high gears. Get the throttle down aggressively. Through to back. Missing his apex just a little bit. Not carrying the ultimate apex speed. It's saying purple, but I don't think he is. And here he is. Through Rascats. Now in the final corner, Anthony Knowles. Oh, oversteer. And that's probably going to be no chance of improvement now for hot speed. It's not, it's going to be way down. He's 7 tenths down. Here's Jordan another lap. No, Haslager down as well. What about Risky? He's maybe not on the best lap. Excite's had to cut. Newgarden's a second down. Acorn looks like he may have wing damage. Oh, there's so much damage. And that's Risky out of the session actually, and he's backed off. What about Gareth? Can Gareth improve? No, Gareth just about missed out. He was 3 tenths down going into the final sector though, so a really good last sector there from Gareth. And I think now is your qualifying over with here for Monaco. And it's Haslager on pole in dominant fashion, not only driving into the 1 minute 10s. And it wasn't a 10.9, it wasn't a 10.8, it wasn't even a 10.7, it was a 10.6 from the Ferrari. Incredible stuff there. And Y Racer will be joining him on the front row. And then alongside him is, well, behind him is Jordan and Julisho on the second row. And then we'll have a look at the rest in a minute. We will have our usual 2 minute break in between the end of qualifying and the start of the formation lap. we have become very accustomed to. But an all Dutch front row there. And then if we're looking down the rest, we have Jordan Julisho, Hotspeed in 5th, Gareth, our championship leader and reigning champion, in P6, Tony 7th, Ryan 8th, Acorn 9th, Newgarden round out top 10. And then it's a Dutch 11-12 with Excite and Sabis in 12th, George 13th from Risky rounding off the grid there in P14. Fortunately for him, 8.8 seconds off the pace, and we did see him crash there at the end of qualifying. So he'll be looking for better form come race time. But we will see how he gets on. And is it going to be dry as well? That's another question. There is obviously potential for it to rain at Monaco. It is in Europe, so there is always the risk of the horrible European weather striking. Let's see. Taking a while to load here. Maybe it is loading some raindrops for us. No, it's not. Unfortunately, there are no raindrops to be seen, and we can't even see the clouds because it's just all buildings. There are just buildings absolutely everywhere. So we will have our 2-minute intermission between the end of qualifying and the start of the formation lap, and I will go and grab a beverage. So I'll be back in just a minute. And there we go. We are readying up for the formation lap here in Monaco. We'll be interested to see what strategies people go for, actually. As obviously it's hard to overtake at Monaco, so going long can be beneficial to get the overcut on people if they do pit early and get held. So there could be a few hard tyres, but then obviously the increased risk of safety car. So yeah, it is quite a weird one at Monaco. Let's have a look. I said just probably mediums. Yeah, probably about a 50-50 split between mediums and hard. Maybe a few more mediums. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mediums. So that should be 6 hards. Yeah. So quite an even split, but the front two both going mediums. And if you are on the hards, just try and get the temperature in. It is probably the most difficult race that the drivers will do is Monaco. Just so easy to get damage, and yeah, you don't really know the strategy until you do the race, because if you get wing damage, you're coming in for a pit stop, because around here you'll lose a lot of time with lack of downforce, because it is pretty much all corners. There really aren't many straights. High wings, I would imagine, for most. Let's have a look down the grid. No one's been disqualified yet, which is good, but we will see what happens. As we all know, it is difficult to get these drivers to line up correctly, but we will see. As our leaders now coming through Raskas and the final corner to line up, how will the Ferrari of Haslager decide to angle his car? Will he angle it across towards Y-Racer to cover him off? the race to turn 1, probably the most important one of the season. And Hassager on the inside, he'll want to maybe come to the outside, but also he could defend the inside. I mean, my racer will be playing a dangerous game to try around the outside of turn 1 here. But we will see. As all of our drivers line up, only one disqualification, which is probably a record for us. But here we go, it is time for the crown jewel of the F1 calendar, the Monaco Grand Prix. It's 5 lights, and the lights go out away we're going. It's a good start there for Hassager. He's not going to be troubled into turn 1. In fact, it could be wire race coming under pressure there from Jordan. Jordan going to go down the inside. No, he backs out of it. Oh, looking quite clean. And there goes Gareth. Gareth is around our championship leader. It's all the way down to pretty much last place. And oh, there's so much contact. Front wings that are flying. And who's that involved? It's Gareth, Excite and Tony all involved in that collision. No safety car. No safety car though, so they're all going to have to carry on and come out to pit. And it is Hassager who maintains the lead. Y Racer in second, Jordan third, Julisho fourth. So the top 4 unfazed by that. And it's a bit of a gap there between the front 3 and Julisho there in 4th. 2 seconds, so let's see what they can build on that. And yeah, Gareth, probably the big loser of that. Well, apart from the people without front wings, I think Excite and Tony have lost their front wing. And also Sabis. So 3 people there without front wings. And the Williams of Risky. A lot of debris. I'm surprised there isn't a safety car there with that, actually. But we carry on. Ryan putting pressure on Acorn early on. And Acorn maybe succumbing to that just a little bit, making a mistake there. It's not about ultimate pace around here. It is just keep your front wing clean and you'll probably end up in a good position. Hassager there setting the fastest lap, obviously. But let's see how many people are going to pit. Hot Speed's in, George is staying out, Risky's in, Garrett's staying out, and Savage, Excite and Tony will all be pitting as well. So nearly half of the field pitting already. So that just shows you the chaos that is Monaco. And we will see. Mike has left the session. He didn't manage to get in his car, unfortunately for him, so no Mike. And how is Ryan going to go about overtaking Acorn there in the Alfa Romeo? No overtaking opportunities here. You'll probably have to wait till the tunnel, and then if that doesn't work, it's going to have to be a turn 1 move. Look how far behind the drivers come out if you pit there. Half a lap down easily already. So make another mistake and you're losing your lead lap, and even if there is a safety car, you won't be saved once you're a lap down. Easy to get penalties around here as well, so you have to be careful for that. But Ryan, the closest man to another car, 6/10 behind Acorn. He's just staying there right now, not putting him under amazing amounts of pressure, and Acorn actually driving quite well to build that gap. Hassager with a 13.7. That's half a second faster than what Y Racer managed last lap. So these two, well, especially Hassager, really utilising the mediums to the maximum. And in fact, it's gone from Acorn being the one under pressure to now he is applying the pressure. As he is only 7.5, 8/10 behind Newgarden. Coming through this first set to the casino. So the hard's probably up to temperature by now, and DRS is enabled. Only the one DRS activation zone around here is between the final corner and turn 1. Definitely not the longest DRS straight in the world, one of the shorter ones, and it is probably still the best overtaking opportunity on the track. It shows how difficult it is to get a move done around here. But Acorn will just continue to apply the pressure and just hope there is a mistake somewhere. But it looks like Newgarden has practiced ideas of it, and now it's like a caterpillar or a snake or something. The pressure is getting moved forward. It was Ryan on Acorn, then it was Acorn on Newgarden, and now it is Newgarden on Julisho. And in fact, Gareth there behind putting a lot of pressure on George in the Aston Martin. Gareth goes a little bit deep to turn 1 though, so he's going to have to sit behind for at least half a lap now. And just bide his time, wait for his moment. No pressure from behind. Everyone behind Gareth has pit. So those on the hards could potentially go to the end. Interesting strategy to see what happens. But the front two are checking out. Jordan, the highest hard runner right now. And Gareth looks to be getting held up maybe just a tiny bit by George. George taps the wall. That's going to give him a poor run. And this should be Gareth making the move. He's not burning though. But George leaves the room on the inside, compromises his own line. Is Gareth going to go down the inside into the nervous chicane? No, he decides better of it. And now he's hit the back of George. Hopefully that's not damage for our championship leader. It was quite heavy contact. No visible damage on that Mercedes. And George losing the rear end. Look, there's 2 seconds down on the Delta. This is costing Gareth valuable time. He needs to try and make a move right now. But let's see. Gareth stays out, so I'm going to imagine he doesn't have damage. Can he get a good exit out the final corner? It's not bad, it's pretty good. And here he comes burning the ERS, using the DRS down the inside of George. Brakes late and George fights it very cleanly and fairly, and that is now Gareth past Savis, picking up the first penalty of the evening. And he is also coming under, in fact no, that's Hot Speed, my bad. Hot Speed coming under pressure from Risky. Down towards turn 1, Risky used all his ERS already, but he's setting PBs there, 15-2 for the Williams. It's a really good exit out of turn 1, but he just doesn't have the battery to try and overtake it. Does he? Is he going to go down the inside into the casino? That is a very, very dangerous move. I think that would have resulted in pretty major contact there. And wow, he set him up perfectly out of the casino. And now that is Risky up into P10. What a move! That is amazing. You'll be hard done by to find a better overtake than that during this race. Incredible move there from Risky. Now he can charge on and try and close that gap to the cars in front. And I think George may have made a mistake. Has he lost his front wing? He has. Yeah, you can see there absolutely no downforce. So George has been overtaken by Gareth and now lost his front wing. So we'll be seeing him into the pit lane at the end of this lap. There he goes, probably putting on a set of cars to try to the end. If you are George, interesting to see where he comes out. He'll probably be behind Excite and ahead of Tony, I imagine, maybe somewhere around there. So we do have we have 2 groups. We have the non-crashers and the people that have crashed. Let's go on board with George. Is he leaving the pit box? He is. I think he may come out just in front of Acorn. It's going to be close. You do cut turn 1 on the pit exit, so there is time to be found there. Let's go on board with him. Savis has crashed again, I think, and Tony does get the jump to Savis back into the pits. That's going to put him a lap down to Haslager. So that is pretty much Savis's race over with right now. That's unfortunate for him. But Haslager continuing his qualifying form and driving immaculately. He has lost 9 tenths to his PB. So 14.7 for Y Racer. So Haslager does still have the pace, I'm pretty sure. Let's just have a look at fastest lap. Well, I'll have the position changes. So the big gainers are Risky, who started last, and Newgarden. They're up in P5. He's also up 5 positions. And obviously our biggest losers are Hot Speed and Tony. In fact, Gareth has only lost 2 positions after the opening lap kerfuffle. I'm surprised. I thought it would have been more than that. But no, he's recovered well so far. Let's see how high the good he can recover too. Newgarden applying pressure here to Jeweler Show. Red Bull has used most of his DRS, and George has left the lobby. I'm not sure if he's lagged out or manually left the session, but we'll see if he can join back or not. Coming through this final set to Newgarden, the gap 8.5 tenths. Definitely not close enough to make a move. You need to be probably 3 tenths maximum to make a move coming onto this straight. You don't have time to really feel the gains of DRS. Through turn 1, Newgarden's looking good, but maybe just in the wrong parts of the circuit. But we'll see how this battle develops later on. as we've got on board with Excite as he is still applying pressure to hot speed. Nearly swerving into the pit wall there. That's probably not what you want to be doing, but hot speed goes deep. That gives Excite a good run, and he's hopped on the ERS. He could be going up for a move into the casino. Had a risky, had a look earlier. He decided better of it, and Excite chooses a similar path, but hasn't quite been able to set hot speed up like Risky did. But I don't think hot speed will ever be overtaken like that again. That was a one of a kind overtake, I think. And through the tunnel, the gap grows to 7.5 tenths. Hot speed appears to be running lower wings than Excite. That's probably a warning for Excite as well, though that was, I think, a bit too big on the curb. Very close to the wall. Excite gets a good run. He's going to maybe go for a move here. He's trying to set one up, but it's just no way past. If he has a good run out the final corner, though, the move could be on to turn 1. He's hopped on the ERS and DRS straight away. The Haas flashing in front. Maybe move into turn 1 is on. No, just not. Oh, it's going to be deep from hot speed. He grazes the wall. That could potentially be damaged, but I'll tell you what it has done. It's given him a bad run, and that should be Excite through after P10. It is. So hot speed dropping down 2 positions in just a few laps. He needs to maybe just try and regain composure and push on, try and stick with Excite, who seems to have all right pace here. And oh no, Risky's gone. Risky has spun it. I was just praising him, and now he's spun and trying to spin it back around just before the low hairpin, and he's overcooked it. I was going to have to whack it into reverse. And there goes the front wing. Oh no. Absolute calamity for Risky. He's going to have to pit again, and that's going to put him a lap down. So that is pretty much a retirement from Risky. That is so unfortunate there for the Williams man. We'll see how he gets on. But now, this could be interesting. Gareth less than a second behind Ryan. Will we get Toto Wolff on the blower, telling Ryan to pull over and let Gareth through? You've got to imagine Gareth probably has more pace. But let's see how this develops. Gap about 7.5 tenths. You'd expect Gareth to have to close up a bit more if he wants to get let past Risky into the pits now. That's going to put him a lap down. But everyone carrying on so far. No actual retirements. Obviously George has left the lobby and hasn't joined back yet. I'll have a look. I don't think he's joined back yet. No, he hasn't. So no retirements, but we have one AI running around. To show the man in P4 getting a penalty. Gareth tapping the wall there a little bit, I think. And now still just sat behind his teammate. And Ryan pulls over to the side. I thought he was about to lift off there, but no, he's carrying on. Gareth lapping into 16s. That doesn't seem very quick. I'll try and get on board with Hasselberger just before he crossed line. And there we go. There's the move. Ryan pulling over to let Gareth through. The team orders in full effect down at the practice-based team. So Gareth was in the mid to high 16s on that lap. Let's see if he can improve his lap time now that he's got clean air in front of him. 3.5 seconds to the next car, which is Acorn in the Alfa Romeo. Hot speed sticking with Excite quite well. The gap only 9 tenths, so he is doing what I said I think he should try and do. Let's go on with Hasselberger. Let's see what lap times our race leader is setting. So he's in the low 15s. Let's see how that does compare to Gareth this time by. And let's see if he it has the pace to match the leaders, really. So we're looking for at least in the 15s if Gareth wants to be able to maybe challenge for a podium. Because Jordan will pit later and be able to go on those mediums. He should be faster towards the end. But let's have a look. Gareth just doesn't seem to have the pace of the front lot. He's a second down on their lap times. but let's see what happens. Y-Racer, that gap grew between him and Haslarger in the first few laps, but it has kind of stabilised now. It's hovering around 3 seconds. He's driving well. They do have the Aston Martin AI of George in between them. This could maybe actually work in Y-Racer's favour if he can gain and get a little bit of DRS. I think he may just about get some DRS there. Oh, snap of oversteer there. Let's see, what does Haslarger do across the line? 15-0. And what's it going to be for Y-Racer? 15-1, so very evenly matched. Just a 10th in our race leader's favour on that one. What about Jordan? 15-3, so all of them are very evenly matched. That looked like maybe we just got the end of a mistake there for Jeweler Show. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a poor lap there for him. A 16-8, and now he's got Newgarden all over the back of him. This could be interesting in the battle for P4. There is quite a gap in front of Jeweler Show, so at the moment it does look like P4 is the maximum for these two here. Newgarden applying all the pressure right up the backside of that McLaren. He's not got enough straight line speed to make a move into the Nerville chicane here, and now they are coming up to, is that George's AI? No, that is Sabis, I believe. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is Sabis, who I think's lost his front wing. No, they just had major understeer there. So Sabis struggling still. And there goes George down the inside. I think Sabis must have had some sort of damage because he's pit now. And that understeer did look pretty major. So these lot are not on the pace. Well, I guess Newgarden's been held up by Jeweler Show, but Jeweler Show is in the high 16s. And oh, huge moment there from Jeweler Show. That looked maybe half oversteer, half lag. That was a huge snap from the McLaren. Getting very close to the wall there through the casino. And if this is their pace, I think Acorn could be catching and gaining on them soon. And then behind him is Gareth as well. So we could have maybe a little group forming soon. But Jeweler Show doing a good job to hang on, and there goes Newgarden. Jeweler Show resisting the pressure, and Newgarden is actually the one who cracks. Now he's got to spin it round and get himself back to the pit lane, try not to lose the lead lap. And I think we've had another incident. Is that Risky? Risky pulling off there, letting people through, I believe. So good on him. And is that Gareth going slow? Gareth went slow there. Is that maybe an illegal overtake there for Gareth? That's cost him at least 3 or 4 seconds, I think. And oh, there goes Risky backwards into the pit lane. Stylish. Now he can't even pit. He's been teleported back onto the racing line past the pit lane. So yeah, there's an 18-4 from Gareth there. So yeah, lap time struggling. Newgarden manages to get his way back to the pit lane. That's going to be a front wing change commencing for him. So as I said, just survive and you'll find yourself in a good position. And that is what some people are doing here. Red Bull mechanics getting that front wing back on. And there he goes. Newgarden will manage to hold on to the lead lap, but he's got to go quite away on those mediums there. He'll be about 7-8 seconds in front of Haslarger once he leaves the pit. If I know, he won't even be that far in front. Maybe about 5 seconds. As there goes Newgarden leaving the pit lane. And we may get a shot where we can see Haslarger in the background. So Newgarden has to go full push now, just to cover off if there is a safety car. He would like to be able to get up to the back of them all. And Risky getting a time penalty there. So no real battles on track right now. Newgarden was the closest man to someone, and it's Risky spun into the pits again. I thought Risky had spun into the pits again, but no, he's managed to find his way into the pit lane. He's going to have to be pitting here. And for another new front wing, so that could put him 2 laps down. Going for the soft, so he's probably going to have to pit again as well. I think he will come out in front. Similar situation to the one Newgarden was just in. The gap out front extended now to about 3.78 seconds. So that's a 15.3. What is it for Wyro? So 15.4 to still. Haslager just a tenth or two here or there, and that is extending his gap slowly but steadily. And a big gap behind Y-Racer to Jordan, and an even bigger one behind Jordan to Jeweler Show. So the front, there isn't really a contest out front at the minute, but let's see what happens when we do get the pit stops. The medium runners could be coming in soon, I imagine. We are nearly halfway through this race. Still no retirements, which is amazing. I am shocked, to be honest. You can see a little bit of movement from the rear of that Red Bull, and there we go, Haslager is in. So the lap I say we could be seeing pit stops. The pit stops start, and it's our race leader coming in. He'll want to get out ahead of Jordan, but I don't think he's going to get out ahead of Jordan. And if he is going to be behind, he'll like to be quite a few seconds behind so he doesn't get held up. And there you can see, there goes Jordan. Haslager's going to come out 5-ish seconds behind, and we have a crash. It's Jeweler Show into the wall. Still got his front wing visually, but does he have any damage? Is he going to have to pit here? He's going to carry on, but that does drop him down to P6. Acorn up to 4th, Gareth up to 5th now. Good recovery from him. Haslager 4 seconds behind Jordan there, and he's on cold hard, so he'll need to nurse that car until those hards get up to temperature. And then he can start gaining, but if Y-Racer pushes now, there could potentially be an undercut on the cards, although the gap was maybe just a little bit too large for the undercut to be viable. But we'll see, will Y-Racer respond here? As Risky sets the fastest lap, Y-Racer is going to continue. So, is he still in the mid-15s? He is, bang on, a 15.5. What's Jordan's pace like now? His pace, maybe pace should be just swinging towards Jordan now. But he is in the 15.9s, and obviously this lap will be slower for Haslager. He's an 18.5, and now Gareth has caught back up to Acorn. Jeweler Show getting another time penalty. His race has taken a nosedive from the looks of things, although he does have a pit stop onto the medium to come. The softer and stickier tyres, should be more grip on those. But still, Gareth lapping about a second off if I can get my words out, the pace of the leaders. And Ryan, his teammate's in for a set of hards. Gareth will have to go on those soon. Now that gap up front between between P2 and P3, Jordan and Haslager, down to 2.7. Gareth just trying to keep in touch with Acorn here. His medium tyres probably starting to fall away soon. We have had no safety car laps. It's been action from the start. And we have yellows in sets 2. Is that Risky's gone off again? It is. So Risky, he's got pace, but just maybe not the consistency you need around Monaco. Monaco is all about consistency. Now Hassager continues to gain. Gareth is in, so our championship leader, into the Monaco pit lane. And now maybe Hassager is going to start to get held up here. And if it does, that could present opportunities for Y-Racer, who is still continuing. Will Y-Racer take the opportunity to pit this lap? There's Risky backwards once again. And Y-Racer is into the box for a set of hards. He won't come out in front, he will come out behind, but Jordan could do him a job here, holding up Hassager. How close? Y-Racer not right at the exit yet. He's going to be actually quite way behind. Maybe 6-7 seconds. And they call him in P4. And where did Gareth come out? Gareth came out in P7 and actually quite a nice bit of clean air here, so Gareth can push. Try and jump Acorn. And then we have Jewel Show in. And Risky, our first retirement. Risky is out, and that is a funny crash. Let's come on with Y-Racer to see the remains of Risky's car, and he's just binned it on the exit of the tunnel. No safety car though. So clearly the steward's feeling a safety car is not necessary for that. And we carry on. And now out front, the gap 6/10, but Jordan pits, and Jewel Show has had a spin and then he's lost his front wing. So Jewel Show, no front wing, he's gone from looking like a pretty guaranteed P4 now to maybe going a lap down. In fact, yeah, he pretty much is guaranteed to go a lap down here. So the gap up front did extend a little bit in the pit stop phase, but Y-Racer has 3 lap pressure tyres, and we have another crash. It's Sabis, who has lost his front wing also, so he's going to go another lap down. And that's going to be to the wall. 3 seconds time for Jewel Show, so things just go from bad to worse for people. Once you lose your head around Monaco, it's very hard to regain it. Your day just gets worse and worse. And you can see that happening to a few people here. And so it's nearly goes deep doing a Michael Schumacher, but manages to keep it out of the wall, carrying on. And he will be coming in for a new wing. Jewel Show calls it a day. He retires in the pit lane, so no safety car will be caused by that. Hassager, they're keeping it calm out front, and Jordan, he can keep it calm as well. He's on the medium, so he can just push now. Any real battles? Ryan is the closest person to another car, and he is gaining on Tony, who's on 20 lap old medium, so his tyres are not going to be feeling the best, you imagine. But we will see if the Mercedes man can make a move. Tony did pit actually at the end of the first lap, so technically he doesn't need to pit again, but doing 37 laps on a set of mediums is going to be a huge challenge for the Alfa Romeo. Ryan looking to gain, he is doing mid-16s. We'll go on with Hassager to see what he's doing when he comes across the line. I expect maybe low 15s, maybe even the 14s for our race leader. As we have a yellow there, 14.6 for Hassager. What's Y-Racer going to do here? He's doing a 14.3, so clearly Y-Racer does have a little bit of pace. And what can Jordan do? You expect him to be the fastest out of the three. And there you go, he's in the 13 to 13.8 for Jordan. So he does have the pace, but he'll probably need the drivers in front to make a mistake or two if he wants to catch. And now Acorn, the man in P4, enters the pit lane. Excite, he doesn't need to pit again, although he is doing high 16s. So he doesn't have the ultimate pace, but let's see what he can do. And there we have Hot Speed coming out next to his teammate, although he will go because he's a lap down. And Gareth, our championship leader, although he won't be come the end of this race, I believe, if things stay as they are, as Jordan was only 1 point behind and he's definitely gaining more than a point right now. So we will have a change of lead in the championship. It will be Jordan who takes the lead, but Gareth is on PB pace here, 600s up in the first sector, but he has about 27 seconds to find to Jordan, so that is not going to happen unless there is a safety car or Jordan makes a mistake. And now going back to the front, the gap now below 4 seconds to 3.8. Jordan doing very good lap times, 13.9 here for him. We'll go on board with Jordan because he does seem to be the man with the pace right now. And look at that, you can see him driving really well in that first sector. He's 10th up on PB, and oh, that's deep. Whoa. I thought that was heading straight towards that Monaco barrier, but no, keeps out of it. That's why he's driving, I'm not. He judged it to perfection there. And now out of 48, coming through the tunnel. Blitzing pace from the AlphaTauri. Is he going to be up through the second sector split? No, he's lost a couple of tenths there in the middle sector. We'll go up on board to see lap times. 14.2 from Haslager, 14.0 from Y-Race. So this gap is coming down, but the laps are also running out. Only 14 laps to go here in Monaco. So Y-Race is going to have to step on it a little bit more. And there goes Jordan, 13.7 there. And Savic getting another penalty, unfortunately. His race very much over, you have to imagine. Nearly a lap down to George, who is still going around an AI actually. And whereas Tony is not too far behind Newgarden here. And also Gareth on the back of Hot Speed. We'll go on with Gareth. He is a driver who obviously knows how to overtake and how to race. He wouldn't be a champion if he didn't. So Gareth hunting the Haas in front. He has a good exit here, and I think Hot Speed, is he just going to let him go? Oh, that was so close between the Haas and the Merc there. Wow. And wow, so close again. Incredible driving, just about leaving enough room, both of them. And that is Gareth now up into the top 5. So great move from Gareth. And now he can set his sights on Excite in front, who is going to be on absolutely dead tyres come the end of this race. Out front the gap 3.5. It's not coming down fast enough, I don't think. And there it goes, it extends by a couple as Y-Racer maybe getting a little angry there, weaving and nearly grazing the inside of the barrier. But look at this, Y-Racer pushing to the maximum, leaving absolutely no room for error there. So Y-Racer continuing to push, trying to hunt Haslager in the Ferrari, our pole sitter, who has led every lap. Oh, that was close from Jordan, as we jump on board with him there. Nobody leaving any room, just pushing 100% of the time. Hot speed sticking with Gareth, no DRS though, so I think Gareth may be about to extend that gap beyond reach for hot speed. So now he needs to just concentrate on himself, make no mistakes, and it'll be a P6 for him. Definitely not a bad result. But Gareth has his eyes set on the car in front. As we have yellows there, it's Sabis, sorry, who has had another moment. Trying to find somewhere to spin it around here at Monaco is not easy. And is that another front wing gone for the other half? No, he's still got his front wing, so he could potentially still carry on. And here comes Gareth. He's saved a lot of ERS. He's really good at that, is Gareth. He's always got ERS to spare. He's like a unlimited battery. He just doesn't die. He's like a double A. Travis back into the pits though. He's nice to pick up some damage from that collision with the wall. There's 10 laps to go here. Gareth hunting, trying to find a way past. Is there a move possible into turn 1? It doesn't look like it, as Excite extends the gap into turn 1. That gap out front, 3.1 now. Maybe a little mistake from Haslager on this lap. Let's see, is he down on Delta? He is 7 cents down. And also got the AI of George in front. That can't be helping him. And Sabis has pinned it again, coming out of the pit lane. And Haslager struggling with AI a little bit here. And look at that, that's really affected him. And oh, has Y-Racer made a mistake? Y-Racer has made a big mistake. He's just maybe thrown away a potential battle for the win there. Haslager had an awful lap, and Y-Racer had that guy down to about 2.5 seconds, and then has lost 3 seconds somewhere in the last sector. I'm going to assume Raskas. So that is going to be relieving for Haslager, but definitely frustrating for Y-Racer. And Gareth is the one now looking really, really feisty here. He's going to want to make this move. He's going to want to make it quick. He's going to go down into the final corner. He dummies it. Maybe puts Excite off a little bit, but compromises his own line. So therefore, he's not going to get the exit, and he's burning through this battery now. He's going to run out soon. And also, this could drag Hot Speed back into it if the move can't be done soon. Hot Speed only 1.9 behind. And look at that, you can see Gareth just not able to push behind Excite, but Excite driving incredibly on 28 lap old hards. Same goes for Hot Speed, who is also on those 28 lap old hards. So these two having difficulties at the start of the race. Just get their head down, get on a fresh set of tyres, and just don't make any more mistakes, and you can easily find yourself in these sorts of positions, battling the champion. Oh, Gareth getting some oversteer there. That's going to cost him a little bit, and that could get Hot Speed back in DRS. No, I think Hot Speed may have made a little mistake as well. As we have yellows, and that's Sabis maybe having a little moment once again. But he's still carrying on, so definitely big respect for that. And here comes Gareth now. He's got to make the move. He's decided not to burn though. You can see the light flash on the Ferrari in front. And here he comes now. Is he going to go for a move into the casino? He's very, very close, but he's just going to sit behind. Wait, bide his time. And no, we can try to go around the outside. That's never really on. And just holds himself up once again. 6 tenths down in just the first sector. Gareth looking for all sorts of moves. He's throwing shapes like he's on a dance floor. But none of these shapes are connected. And now hot speed 1.3 behind. You can see all deep there from Gareth. That's going to compromise his exit massively. And now he's not going to be close enough to even attempt to move into turn 1. 7 laps to go here. The laps are running out quickly. Into the high 16s now for Gareth. This is excruciating for him. You've got to imagine. He knows he's got the pace, but it's just, if it was any other track, Gareth would be in front and down the road. But it's Monaco. You can, if you have track position, that's all you need. We've seen a few years ago, Ricardo had no battery, I believe, or MG UK, so he was about 160 horsepower down and still managed to hold off the likes of Lewis Hamilton for the majority of the race, simply just because there is no way to overtake around here. It is probably the track's biggest unique selling point, but also its biggest flaw. But here we go, Gareth about to prove that he can overtake around Monaco. He's going to go round the outside of the Nerval chicane. He's going to be pushed wide, but he's going to force his way through. He's going to leave the room for Excite. Now they're going to be side by side down towards the back. Someone's got to back out, and it's going to be Excite who backs out. And he taps Gareth. He spins Gareth around, and that's going to be Excite front wing gone, and that's going to be Gareth backwards. Hot speed going to work his way through up into P4. Sabis is retired. Gareth is backwards, and could this be the safety car? It doesn't look like it, and Gareth no front wing. He's got Acorn now, but Gareth does have a front wing, sorry. It's Excite who's lost his front wing. I'm pretty certain, yeah, Excite has no front wing, but he's carrying on. Gareth into the pit lane, and Acorn now up into P6. That's awful for Gareth's championship hopes. That's going to be him dropping down to P9 at least. Now, where is Newgarden in fact? He might get out ahead of Newgarden. In fact, Ryan does pit, so Gareth won't lose a position to his teammate. And there you go, Gareth leaving the pit box now. He could come out. No, he won't come out ahead of Newgarden. He's going to come out behind him, I'm pretty certain of it. So Gareth down to 8th. That is disastrous for him, but he can probably snatch a fastest lap point now. He should be able to anyway. But Excite, he got overtaken finally and then just went a little bit too hot into the back and just tapped the rear of Gareth and spun Gareth around. And now he's driving around without a front wing. But out front, the gap, Y-Racer's got that gap back down to 3 seconds. So Y-Racer is showing extremely good pace here. If he didn't make that mistake, he would be right on the back of Haslager by now. But look at that, a little bit deep there from Y-Racer. But he's still hunting. This race is not over. He could still catch maybe just 1 or 2 mistakes from Haslager and it is on. The gap now creeping under 3 seconds. Now we'll go on board with Gareth, so I think we are about to see the fastest lap of the race. Look at that, 7/10 off in the first sector. Flying pace from Gareth, but could this fast lap attempt about to be ruined by Newgarden? And look at that, he's having to back off here. And could that be his fastest lap attempt over? Let's see, how much is he up by? 3/10. And has Gareth gone in AI here? Gareth, it looks very AI-ish. Is Gareth disconnected? I'm not sure. No, I think that is still Gareth driving, he's just ghosted. And in fact, it's Newgarden, he is battling it. I'm really confused. So he is battling Newgarden, they were just both ghosted for some reason, but now back on it. I thought it was a lapped car, but obviously not. It's a Red Bull. It can't be lapped. He's behind them both. But here we go then. Gareth right on the back of Newgarden. No fast start being set for him. Acorn. Oh, Excite's out. Excite's crashed in the tunnel. I was just about to go on board with that battle, but now Excite has retired. He's tried to carry on without a front wing, and it's bit him in the arse. Oh no! Oh, damage for Gareth. He's been so unlucky this race. That is horrible for Gareth. Excite's out, so he's going to gain one position, but he's got no front wing now. So Newgarden losing the rear end at the lowest hairpin and just tagging Gareth, and Gareth, nothing he could do there. Just found himself careering? I don't know, heading towards the wall. My terminology is not on point, but yeah, will Gareth decide to pit, or will he just carry on towards the end now? He could pit for another set of softs if he wanted and go for another fastest lap, but we'll see. Does Newgarden have damage? He looks alright. Gareth is going to decide to pit, and so now he will drop down to P8. I think he'll stay ahead of Tony. So it looks like it's going to be a P8 for Gareth. That gap out front down to 1.8 seconds. Jordan has pit. He's going to go for a fastest lap. He's got nothing to lose. He had a massive gap to Hotspeed behind. Look at that, 52 seconds. And maybe if Y-Racer doesn't feel like he can catch Haslager here, he could pit as well to try and go for fastest lap. But the pace on show from Y-Racer is very, very promising. Tony did as well, so everyone that's not fighting for position is pitting for fastest laps. And let's see who is going to come out on top. It's like pole position battle all over again. Let's see, the gap 1.7 seconds, 1.6 now. Is Y-Racer going to pit, or is he going to stay out? He's going to stay out, so he's definitely going to go for the win here. .3 seconds, 2 laps to do it. Missing a few apexes there. That's costing him about 2/10, I'd say. Acorn right on the back of Hotspeed. Hotspeed 35 lap old hard tyres. This is crazy from him. Surely he's going to be heading towards puncture territory now. Newgarden on the back of just in front of Brian actually. So, can Acorn get past Hotspeed for P4? And so many stories going on right here at the end. I'm not sure if I can get them all. And Hotspeed made a mistake. That's going to be Acorn getting past him now. And oh, has Hotspeed got a puncture? I think Hotspeed may have got a puncture with just over 1 lap to go. A lap and a little bit to go. And is that... Wow, that just shows you the gap. He's a lap down is Hotspeed. And he is in P5. That is absolutely bonkers. The gap now between the front two is 0.8 of a second. So really, there is one overtaking opportunity for Y-Racer left. And that is out of the tunnel. And maybe into the last corner if he is close enough. 0.5 is the gap between the front two. Here at Monaco, we've done 38 laps. We have 1 lap to go. And it's going to be the lap that decides who wins. Haslager has led every single lap, taken pole position. He deserves the win, but it's not about what you deserve in F1. It's all about who crosses that line first. Who's better on the ERX? Y-Racer is better on the ERS, so he will have the battery to burn. And oh, look how close Haslager gets to the wall there. He just needs a good swimming pool, and this should be his win. But will the pressure get to him? The gap 0.4. Here we go, the crucial corner, and oh, look at that, Y-Racer throwing everything out, hitting the wall there, but he's a bit too far back. As long as there isn't a mistake here from Haslager, this is his win, and it's going to be Haslager who manages to fend off Y-Racer there. If things got a bit sketchy towards the end, but it's Haslager who dominates the race, it leads every lap and takes the win here in Monaco. And it's Y-Racer who put up an amazing effort, who's going to come home for P2. And as we wait for Jordan, who is quite a way behind, but he is on a fastest lap attempt. Can he get it? The AlphaTauri man. He will take the lead of the championship, I believe. And He's going to come out the final corner to claim the final podium position. Not the best last few corners there, but what's it going to be? Will it be a fastest lap? It won't be. So who actually does have the fastest lap? Where do I look at it? Here it is. It is Risky, but he's out, so I'm not too sure who's going to get the point. But Jordan coming home for P3. It's going to be Acorn 4th, Hot Speed 5th, Newgarden 6th, Ryan 7th. Unable to get Newgarden there at the end. Gareth, with such an unfortunate race, comes home for P8 in the end. Disappointing race for him indeed. Tony, P9, and George's AI is P10. I'm not sure if he'll be classified or not. But yeah, what an insane race. Acorn, we'll watch him come out the final corner. He's going to be the last person to finish. And there he goes across the line. But what an insane race. And no safety cars. That is probably the craziest thing that happened. No safety cars around Monaco. Very well done to all of these drivers. Gareth gets driver of the day. I'm not sure he'll really feel the same way. I don't think he will want that with that sort of result. Not a bad performance from Gareth, just very unlucky there in the end. But it is Haslager who wins for leading a Dutch 1-2 once again, like it was in qualifying. So Haslager wins with Y-Racer P2, Jordan rounding off the podium in P3, Acorn 4th, Hot Speed in 5th, then it's Newgarden, Ryan, Gareth, Tony and George are finishers, rounding up the top 10, and then our DNFs Excite, Sabis, Jeweler Show and Risky, all unfortunately DNFing. But yeah, that is your lot for Monaco. Thank you very much for joining me. My voice needs a rest now. But yeah, join us again next week. I'm not 100% sure on the track, but be sure to join us. Thank you very much for watching and enjoy the rest of your evening.